Hello, good morning. Those Lion J Computer Solutions. In front of me here is Zinox with model number W251HU. It's a Core i7 laptop and it's from an engineer. The problem here is that the system comes up and it goes off for some seconds, and I've been working on this particular board since morning. I think since around 9 o'clock. This is the 3.3 volts and 5 volts regulator IC. When I dismantled the system, I noticed that this regulator IC is generating 3.3 volts on this coil, but there is no voltage on this coil, and this is supposed to be a 5 volts always voltage, same with this one. So let me show you what the problem is. This is power adapter from my power supply. So I plugged it in. Now it's in, and this is my ground. Yeah, this is my ground. On this coil we are having as you can see, let me bring it more closer so you will see. I'm having 3.2 volts on this coil. Then on this one I'm having no voltage. Okay, then with my DSO, let me put my ground probe on here, and here my ground reference probe is on it. Then this is the PWM on this coil. As you can see, I'm having some signals, and on the output of this coil, I'm having a straight voltage. Okay, no ripple, no glitch. Okay, on my 3.3 volts coil, and this is my 5 volts coil. No PWM voltage is here now, and on the output no voltage at all. No voltage. And let me now tell you what the problem is. I've been checking on this. This is not the schematics though, it's just a reference, because this motherboard is working on UP6186 IC. Okay, so here I have my V-in input, and excuse me, here red, yeah, I have this voltage is available, and on this starting, this enable, I have this voltage as well is available, and here is where my problem is. I have this LDO 5 is available, and the voltage reference is available. Then where is my LDO 3? This one at the same time is available, but here is the problem. I have this enable 2 is available, but on this enable 1 is not available. Okay, and this enable 1 is for the 5 volts coil voltage here. Then this enable 3 is for this coil 2 here, this coil 2. So this one is available, this pin number 6 is available, but this one is not available. And it is only when we have voltage on this pin number 1 that we can have output on this coil. We can have output on this coil here, but we have voltage on pin number 6 somewhere here, but we don't have voltage on this pin number 1. So what I'm trying to explain to you now is that if you know your IC requirements, this is kind of a trade by barter stuff. When you receive the input, that's only when the IC will output voltages for you, okay? But here now the input is not complete because we are not having this enable one for the 5 volts coil. So I tried, let me show you again once more. This is my ground probe. So here on this resistor I'm having like 1.0 volts on this resistor. This resistor is for the pin number 6. As you can see, you are seeing 6 here. Then this one is for this one, okay? But there is no voltage on it. Then on this pin number 1, I don't know, on here we have like 130k resistor, okay? 130k resistor. I don't know if you know how to calculate this voltage, because this IC, inside of this IC it will generate voltage that will be coming out from here. Then with this resistor going straight to ground, you will have 1.3 volts, okay, here. So I will teach you how to calculate all these voltages, your voltage divider, and this type of N trip. Okay, this is called N trip 2 and N trip 1. These are trip voltages, enable voltages that will enable your coil, this coil IC, and this coil is going here, this one, let me show you, and this coil IC, this one is for the 5 volts here, VDD5, and this one is for VDD3. So I'm having VDD3 but I'm not having VDD5. So this is the data sheet of this particular IC I'm telling you about. As you can see, UP6182, this is the data sheet. This is how this IC is built, okay? So here I can like explain to you how this IC works, what this IC needs to generate voltages, and blah 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 blah, everything, okay? So that is just it. So let me show you what I'm going to do now. I'm going to, since this IC is having issues, because I've changed this IC with another working one, but still is not generating voltage for this, so I'm suspecting this board have some track or impedance issues, okay? So I'm going to inject voltage here, not from this IC but maybe from the LDO3 or from this output. I will inject 3.3 volts here on this resistor. When I inject voltage there, possibly it will generate the enable voltage for this IC to generate voltage for this coil, okay? Now let me power the laptop. As you can see, it's showing like 0.04, which is 40 milliamps, okay? The laptop is coming on, that's the voltage is generating, that's 0.04. It is taking that amperes, okay? The ampere reading is not much because it's just generating this voltage, no voltage for this one, because it's only when it generates 5 volts, because it's only when it generates 5 volts. Where is it? Here. It's only when it generates 5 volts that this 15 volts run power will be on, this voltage. Where is the focus? Yes, this system 15 volts. This system 15 volts is the boost converter, okay? This PD diode and diode, this capacitor, and this capacitor. This capacitor from 5 volts to 10 volts, from 10 volts to 15 volts. Then you have this run power voltage that will be generating your suspend voltages, 3.3 volt suspend, 5 volt suspend, your RAM voltage 1.35, depending on the RAM type, DDR2, DDR3, or PC3L or DDR3L, both are the same, okay? So it's only when these 5 volts have been generated that you have that 15 volts run power. So I'm now going to inject voltage on this resistor so that we will have our N trip 2 voltage. Okay, then after that the system will come up. I'm sure of it. I'm sure that the problem is because there is no voltage on pin number 1 for the 5 volts coil. So I will pause the video now, inject power on the pin number 1, then I'll show you the results. Okay, now we're back. As you can see, I've injected voltage from this 3.3 volts LDO to the resistor here. Okay, what I did is this. No, it's not actually going to work. I wanted to like drag this thing so that you will be understanding what I'm trying to explain to you, but that PDF is not working appropriately as it's supposed to. Okay, so it's going to like cost and waste so much time, and it's only me. I'm holding my phone with my left hand while I'm trying to explain stuff for you guys. So let me just do it straight forward. I inject voltage 3.3 volts from this resistor from the LDO pin to the pin number 1, so that we will have our entry voltage, so that this coil will have voltage. So let me plug in this adapter here. As you can see, immediately we are now having around 203 milliamps. Let me show you the voltages now. This is our ground reference probe on this output now. As you can see, we are having 5 volts here on the coil, and this is the input. So let me show you with my DSO. Let me show you as well with the PWM. So here now, this is the PWM of our 5 volts, and this is the output. This is the output. We are having 5 volts with a straight line. This is the PWM. On our 3.3 we have, this is the PWM and this is the output. Okay, so now we now have light on our power button. Let me power it on. As you can see, it's taking like 800 and something milliamps. So this is our USB. Let me check for display. Well, it's kind of very difficult for me to do video at the same time work, because it's just me. As you can see, we have light on our USB flash drive, so meaning that we have display. So this is the board and this is the screen. Okay, I just want to show you guys the display. Okay, let me plug in the power on the power jack. Okay, we have lights here. As you can see, one green light. This is the power button. Let me press the power button. I've pressed it. Let's wait for display. Okay, this is the display. As you can see, the system is working very fine now. It's working. No hard drive installed yet. So let me power it off. As you can see, it's not seeing any bootable device. So this is still Lionj Computer Solutions, and I want to really apologize for not doing videos for a very long time now, but I must tell you that it's not an easy one for me, because I'm the only one here. I'm doing the work at the same time, holding my phone for videos, and I have plenty of works here, so it's kind of hectic for me. Okay, but whenever I have the chance, I will upload some videos for you guys, so you can learn little by little. We do some training here. It's not training of 6 months, you come and be my apprentice. No, I will just do this training within 1 month, within 2 months. It depends on how you are fast in learning. Okay, but if you are that good with electronics, if you are that good in learning, I can even teach you within 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because it's just about normal components, capacitor, resistor, microchips, MOSFETs, transistors, coils, nothing much. Once you can be able to like explain yourself how transistors are working, NPN, PNP transistors, MOSFETs, N channel, P channel, I'll teach you all those things once you're okay with the basics, which is the working philosophy of every component, you know, comparators, SIO chips. I'll teach you the inputs, the requirements, the output, the voltages you're supposed to be expecting on the output, the voltage that's supposed to be on the inputs. I'll teach you everything. So once you can be able to understand how this component is working, then it's going to be an easy work for you to diagnose any motherboard at all. Okay, how you can go about with your schematics reading, architecture of any motherboard at all, compact, Foxconn, too many of them, So thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for liking it. Thank you for sharing it as well. I promise you guys you'll be having videos from now on once I'm free to do the videos and teach you some stuff that you have to learn. And at the same time, I'm trying on making it very easy and simple for me as well, so that I can be able to be doing the videos at the same time doing the work. Okay, thanks, and God bless. This is still INJ Computer Solutions. We really appreciate all your good efforts. Thank you.